Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I would be grateful if you take a few moments to listen to the following short safety announcements. On hearing the fire alarm, we would ask everyone to evacuate the building immediately. Please leave in a calm and orderly manner using the exits which are located at the front and the rear of the hall. Then make your way to the assembly point at the front of the physics building located at the car park side of the hall opposite the main building. We would ask you to remain there until instructed otherwise. Please do not attempt to re-enter the building even if the alarms have been silenced, as this does not always mean the emergency is over. Today, more than ever, I need to thank everybody for wearing a face mask in the hall and remind you that masks should be worn at all times unless you're crossing the stage. So if you're not wearing a mask, can I ask you to put one on? Thank you. I would also like to take this opportunity to ask you to silence all mobile phones now for the duration of the ceremony. Thank you for your cooperation, and we trust you enjoy your visit to Queen's University. A short university video will now be played. Thank you.
I've always had an interest in going on to have a career in research, so I knew that when I was picking the university for my postgraduate studies, I needed to pick a university that was known on the international stage.
Skills anywhere I find myself. What matters is to apply the skills to make wherever I find myself a better place.
It seems to be a great way to separate yourself from the rest of the pack. Shows the employer you're engaged and you're really interested in this area.
Since becoming a postgraduate student and I have access to the graduate skill, it's a gorgeous building. It's really easy to work your life around it. Like, it doesn't take over your life, it improves it.
Please rise to receive the academic procession.
Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome on this special occasion to our graduates, parents, families, and friends. I declare open this congregation for the celebration of degrees, diplomas, and certificates. Please be seated. Members of Senate, fellow members of staff, ladies and gentlemen, guests and friends. May I say, first of all, how delighted I am to have the opportunity of saying a few words to you this afternoon. And to our graduates, can I say welcome back? It's great to see you on campus again. Our winter graduation has returned, and this event, a celebration of your achievements, is an important part of it. You've already received your degrees, of course, but circumstances denied you the opportunity to be here and have the traditional Whitla Hall experience previously. But delighted that it's happening for you today. Today, you'll be able to mingle with your former fellow students, with your family and friends, and it's an opportunity for us to say, well done. There's something else to celebrate today, because when you began your Queen's journey, you couldn't have imagined how much life would have changed by the time that journey ended. No one could have foreseen the global crisis that lay ahead and how it would impact on all of us. Normal life, as we had known it, was put on hold indefinitely. But let me pay tribute to the people of Queen's, to you, to my staff colleagues, for the way that you all responded and adapted to this extraordinary situation. And because of that, you helped the work of our university keep going every day. And I think we should all feel very proud of the way our people contributed to the well-being of our wider community as well. I think of those hundreds of students across our health and social care professions who joined the workforce early to support the NHS. But there are many other student volunteers, many amongst you giving your time in all sorts of ways, whether that was running errands, making phone calls to the isolated and the vulnerable. And I think of our researchers too, engaged in clinical trials, on vaccine development, working on research into new therapeutics, and examining the social impact of the pandemic, and how we begin to organise our society, our cities, our communities for a very different future. And our colleagues on the stage are very much part of that. This is service to the community of the very highest order indeed. And it's a contribution to society that enhances the reputation of your university. And it demonstrates, I think, very acutely the meaning of our motto at Queen's, Pro tanto quid retribuamus, what shall we give in return for so much? University life can always be challenging. Undoubtedly, there are always times of nervousness and stress, especially around exam times. That's normal. But when COVID came along, we all started to feel a very different sort of a stress. You rose to that challenge too. And the success you're celebrating today is a tribute not just to your academic ability, but to your resilience. And of course, there was a lot of help along the way. There was a team of people behind you. And there I'm thinking of those individual members of staff who did so much to guide you through. And we're delighted to have a number of them joining us here on the platform today. But of course also there's your family and your friends who were supporting in the background, cheering you along. They've all played a really massive role in your success getting here today. So can I suggest we just pause for a moment and let's give them all a little bit of acknowledgement. Let's give them a round of applause for everything they've done. Your education, helping you to reach your goals, creating, sustaining, and developing a world-class university. These are the passions which motivate the people of this university at every level, in every department, every day. And the reason our staff are motivated by these passions, the reason why the colleagues on the stage and the colleagues with us here today do what they do every day is because we believe that our students are the lifeblood of our university. and our graduates are the future of our society. You've accomplished a great deal during your years of study, and you've every right to feel a huge sense of pride. You have knowledge and skills that are going to make so much difference to the lives of others. And you've been well equipped for your future by your time at Queen's. Above all, you've learned how to be resilient. Your ability to cope with adversity has been tested and come through. But it's not all sad either. I'm sure you've also had fantastic memories, fantastic times along the way that will be lasting memories for you. And of course, leaving university isn't the end of something, it's the beginning. This part of your education might be over, but your capacity to learn and the opportunities to do so are undiminished. American President Harry Truman once put it in these terms. He said, "It's what you learn after you know it all that really counts." And so once again, my heartfelt congratulations to you all. I'm delighted we're having the opportunity to celebrate together, and I wish you all continued success in your future careers. Will all graduates please rise? In the name and by the authority of the university, I confer on you and those whose names appear on the graduation list the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which you are entitled, and for which you who are present will be individually presented by your head of school. Please be seated.
Pro Vice-Chancellor, I present to you graduates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Natural and Built Environments. Lorraine Barry. John Mark Bronte. Tara Louise Brooks. Emma Hanna. Claire Anya Hughes. Dara Lydon. Barry James McCarran. Niamh Anya McCullough. Aisling Ellen Sharon Rusk. Joseph Owen Sheridan. Daniel Richard Webster. And for the degree of Master of Architecture, Aaron Joseph Duffy. Emma Jennifer Kelso. Aisling Erin Madden. Jessica Ann Scott. Lauren Jessica Barwise. Orla Breach Casey. Sarah Devlin. Apurva Lengades. Tiernan Patrick McElhatton. Lorna McCartan. Dermot O'Neill. Naomi Eleanor Smith. Chai Y. Jonathan Yao. And for the degree of Master of Science in City Planning and Design, Sue Wint Hital. Owen Paul McTurnan. Kiva Mary O'Hare, Hannah Teresa Rice, Polly Leslie Vance, Bakhtiyar FND, Daniela Ida Victoria Gillespie, Barry Michael Murray, Gautam Suresh Shalar, Akshay Segal, Azar Khan, Adwait Babanro Balero, Chaitanya Gangadhara Chapta, Shubhankar Seth, and for the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Engineering, Ryan Matthew Dodson, Matthew William Samuel Gage, Shannon Ashley McMullen, Harriet Miller, Colette O'Hagan, Jack Matthew Priest, Christopher Stephen Thompson, and for the degree of Master of Science in Planning and Development, Emma Sarah Ford, Chloe Elizabeth Kyle Glover, Lynn Elizabeth Hunter, Melissa Naomi Martin, Aaron Stephen O'Brien, Nicole Rose Service, Supatra Toongurn, Niall Tuher, and for the degree of Master in Planning and European Planning, Connor James Butler, Blaheen Francis Rafferty, and for the degree of Master of Engineering in Civil Engineering, Owen Francis Hagan, Chun Hei Leung, Michael Orr, and for the degree of Master of Engineering in Civil Engineering with a year in Industry, Dale Samuel Harold Booth, Grace Dowdall, Barry Duffy, Grace Ann Fox, Daniel Roy Fuzzard, Marissa Ann Hart, Gerard Martin Hughes, Conan Little, Emma McCleary, Matthew McDowell, Lois Evelyn McNeese, Rory Thomas Nichol, Mark Paul Rooney, Connor Francis Shields, Ryan Martin Straney, Daniel Thomas Campbell, Anna Catherine Doherty, Eamon Drum, Jack Robert Ferguson, Andrew James Hogg, Daniel John Keenan, Fergus Mark McCambridge, Kyle William McKee, John Ryan Morgan, Connor Peter Quinn, Katrina Mary Wilson, Simon Paul Barton, and for the degree of Master of Engineering in Environmental and Civil Engineering, Gareth Robert Jackson, and for the degree of Master of Engineering in Environmental and Civil Engineering with a year in industry, Kelly Ann McAteer. Philippa Thiel, Sarah Lorraine Brawley, Maria Ellen Corrigan, Ryan Samuel Egerton, and for the degree of Master of Engineering in Structural Engineering with Architecture, Jessica Kaiman Lee, Sinead Curran, Uns Ahawab Wahid, and for the degree of Master of Engineering in Structural Engineering with Architecture with a year in industry, Erin Marie Bennett, Luke Alexander Hansen, Nigel Kells, Daniel William McCluskey, David Joseph McGloin, Niall Patrick Murray, Rachel Elaine McCaig, Samuel Joseph Luke Cowell, Jackus Kin Zu Wong, and for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Archaeology, Lisa White, Kirsten Rhoda Cotty, Laura Emily Maron, Stephanie Boyle, Cora Claire Marlowe, and for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Archaeology and History, Andrew Terry McNamara, and for the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering, Joseph Brady, Aoife Jamie Cullen, Shuban Riaz, Wing Shan Ada Wong, and for the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering with a year in industry, Matthew John Cole, Richard Fitzsimmons, Clayton Patrick Milligan, Craig James Moore, Thomas Bernard Kearney, Joseph Lundy, Niamh McCartney, and for the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering with International Year 1, Mohammed Abdul Salam Shajajan Saeed. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Archaeology Paleoecology, Emma Marie Stewart. Anna Keating. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Architecture, Nadine Frances Graham Mulgrew. Megan Kershaw. Amy Christina Lockridge. Adela Vagova. Karen Gunn Ulrika Wyman. Jordan Sean Barrow. Nirali Jade Bat Roberts. Porrick Callahan. Ariana May Florence Clements. Katie Ann Faulkner. Pierce John Gillen. Amy Grant. Dara James Hamilton. Dara Anthony Hockey. Cameron Stephen Keys. Rolandas Lorinavicius. Rory McCormick. Caitlin Jane McCormick. Eve Catherine McFarlane. Luke O'Brien. Michael James O'Neill. Stuart Robert Pettigrew. Shan Elizabeth Reid. Anna Maria Elizabeth Shaw. Yusra Mohammed Anwar Abdel Majid Barakat. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Geography, Finola Bradley. Matthew Damien Clyde. Emma Louise Denton. Leanne Domican. Alana Cora May Doyle. Rebecca Shirley Flynn. Lucy Emma Sarah Ford. Emma Louise Fraser. Emma Louise Galt. Rebecca Joan Gibson. Aoife Martin. Lucy Sarah Millsop. Niamh Eleanor Morgan. Keelan Joseph Mulholland. Kofra Grania Nifera. Daniel Frederick Perry. Megan Mary Rogers. Matthew Declan Winters. Kieran Ball. Zinesh Pashotan Bamanji. Daniel Robert Briers. Jack Britton. Oliver James Brown. Oliver Patrick Cameron. Amy Rebecca Dorothy Clark. Thomas Porter Cole. Jonathan David Crawford. Jamie Ross Donald. Daniel Lachlan Edgar. Andrew English. Stephen Garvey. Caroline Hanna. Dion James Hughes. Stephanie Maria Irvine. Ryan Michael Keenan. Sarah Aoife McGee. Niamh Rose Maguire. Lauren Sorsha Mallon. Naomi Ruth Martin. Orla Christina McKenna. Laura McCavery. Rachel McCormick. Amy Jane McCormick. Ciara McCoy. Anne Catherine Bryony MacDonald. Oren Jared McElroy. David Thomas McGettigan. Scott Andrew McElroy. Blanid McKenna. Joseph Stephen Mee. Connell Matthew Morris. Ciara Reid. Sarah Louise Florence Shields. Catherine Sloan. Thomas Lee Stallard. Caitlin Emma Steele. Micah Joel Stevenson. Amy Nicola Turner. Zara Elizabeth Twells. Lucy Ellen Waring. Ciara Lucy Warnock. Zoe Wilkinson. David Rees Williams. Dylan Michael McDermott. Courtney O'Connor. Natasha Ann Rice. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Planning, Environment and Development, Daniel Kieran Ford. Ethan Mark David Smith. Nurul Christina Abdul Rachman. Alison Kerry Blaine. Thomas James Wiley Ellison. Ellen May Victoria Gilbert. Chloe Marie MacDonald. Thomas Joseph McConville. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Archaeology, Paleoecology and Geography, Cameron James Edward Dades.
Shall we have a round of applause for our graduates? I think we should. Congratulations again on reaching this very significant milestone. We've enjoyed the privilege of sharing this with you this afternoon. As a university, we are extremely proud of what you've achieved, and we hope that you're proud of your university. As a graduate, you will always remain part of the Queen's community. So please do stay in touch with the university through our Development and Alumni Relations Office. Make the most of the opportunities available to you as graduates. Congratulations again, you really do deserve every success, and I wish you also success for the future. I hope your futures are exciting and challenging in equal measure, and I look forward to hearing about your achievements in the coming years. And remember the words of Alvin Toffler, American writer, futurist, and businessman, who said, "It's better to err on the side of daring than the side of caution." So enjoy the rest of your day, then go out and be daring. You're the future, and you can change the world. I declare closed this congregation for the celebration of degrees, diplomas, and certificates, and invite our graduates to join the academic procession as it leaves the hall. Could I ask parents and friends to remain in the hall until the procession has left? Thank you.
Queen's Alumni Office was established to ensure that the relationship between graduates and alma mater becomes lifelong. Many people will have forged lasting personal and professional friendships while at Queen's, and the ongoing Alumni Outreach Programme aims to keep Queen's men and Queen's women in touch with the university and, of course, with each other. In time, alumni will make return visits to Queen's for reunions, public lectures, social and academic events, and perhaps further study. It's particularly important to stay in contact if careers are pursued overseas, and for this reason Queen's now has a number of graduate organisations based both here in Northern Ireland and throughout the world in Canada, America, the Far East, Africa and Northern Europe. So, graduation should not mark the end of your association with Queen's. Through the Alumni Office, those friends, contacts and memories can last a lifetime.